Well, good morning, guys. We are on the Iron Creek Road. This will take us up to the Iron Creek 50-inch trail. This road is suitable for any type of car. You can even bring a little minivan up here or a hatchback two-wheel drive car. Now, if there was only a way to import the smell of these fir and spruce and the creek bottoms there, it smells like you're in a Christmas tree lot. It smells so good. Well, we're going to start gaining some elevation now. This road has some pretty impressive views. You get up a little bit higher and everything to the east is visible. Well, we're right at the start of the Iron Creek Trail. Got a deer right up there on that hillside. Well, now that we're up here on the top, it has cooled down quite a bit. Oh, that smell is only intensified with these trees. Well, this is the slide area. This is what took the shoulder out of the road. Can't remember what year, late 70s, early 80s. And that's why this is now a 50-inch trail instead of a road. basically, I think this road was created as a logging road. They did a lot of logging up here in the 70s. And I found a sign on the other loop, I believe it's 1970, that they planted Douglas fir. Now to the right of us is where these big meadows start. Earlier in the spring, May, June, there'll be a lot of elk out in these. But as the elk move up higher elevations, the cattle come in to graze. Well, the trail's taken on a new feel too. It's I don't quite understand. It's like a coolness. It's cooler coming off all this green grass and the water. Well, guys, we're in that big meadow. You can see it's a little oasis out here. Now, this meadow, every time I see it, I have a few stories to tell about it, but we were hunting up here, walking this road in the dark, coming back to camp. I heard this big old bull elk out there bark at us. So I let off a bugle to see what he would do. Of course, he started screaming and raking antlers in trees, and then you could start hearing the cows doing their little cow calls. And my friend, unbeknownst to me, had doused himself in this stuff called elk rage. Big old warning label on it said, "Do not get too close to bull elk or they'll basically attack you." But so while we were standing there, that big old bull carrying on down in there, he was all getting worried and telling me to knock it off. And so, according to this, is pitch black, so it's hard to see anything. But anyways, we're kind of parked or standing about where my bike is right there. I'm going to turn you around so you can see what I'm talking about. So my bike's here. Those trees right there is where that bull eventually ended up at. 20 yards from the road. Pitch black. That bull is going nuts. Then we kind of had a dilemma. I was getting kind of worried myself for that thing. Then we had to walk past those trees on that road to get back to camp in the dark. It was quite the exciting evening walk for us. I used to sit or hunt this meadow quite a bit. Each one of these lines of trees along there, there's other meadows on the other side of those trees too. They're all kind of connected. I know this road in that time was closed off. It was no motorized traffic at all. So I was up on that road there, about where that little pine tree bush is there in the center of the screen. All cameled out. I just sat down right there, take a break. Well, about 10 minutes later, I could hear the sound of a four-wheeler coming up the road, or up this trail. He come down from the Iron Creek side, come down to pass me right there. And about right there, he stopped. And I don't know if he's seen the fletches on my arrows because they were pink and white, or the reflection off my glasses, or what he's seen. But he slowly backed up, got about to where Bambi is. At that time, I stood up. And you talk about seeing the most frightened look on a person's face. I don't know what the heck that guy thought I was. He didn't waste any time getting out of here. It was the funniest thing I really ever seen. Still think about that. Now this place is pretty diverse. You'll go from this really thick dog hair pine to open sagebrush hills to kind of an open pine area. A lot of browse in it. But, you know, some of this there was no logging. I mean, it is so thick and dark in there. There's nothing growing on the floor. You know, all that standing dead timber and down timber, coupled with these diseased trees you see once in a while, these red trees that you see when we go by, a pine beetle. There's a little moth of the caterpillar that causes a lot of that, kills the tree off. But boy, if that ever catches fire, that's going to be an inferno. Well, Bambi was doing her job barking at them calves standing along the side of the road. She can move them cattle off the road pretty fast with that little ferocious bark of hers. Yeah, we're coming to the end of this trail. You know, this is a great trail to drive. The only problem is that it just seems to end too soon. And then we got this little snowshoe here waiting here at the end of the trail for us. We're looking right in the middle of the screen, you'll see it. See it moving there? Well, and there he goes. Hey guys, this video's got to come to an end. Shadows are really starting to get long and the bats are out flying through the trees. Until next time, see you later. I'm not sure how big this burger is, but boy does it smell good.